You are now listening to the No Clipping Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the No Clipping Podcast. And we're here live on December 1st. December 1st. Ace, the time is freaking flying, bro. It is flying. We're already 1 month away. We're already what? How many days in December? 31 or 30?
31.
31
days.
31 days, guys. 31 days. And all of us now know we're going to be hitting January 1st. And January 1st is the new year, 2023. What do we have lined up for the new year of 2023? There's going to be a lot, man, and I can't wait. And I hopefully everybody's ready to get into that. And of course, we have to get through the holidays first. I got a couple birthdays going on in December as well that I have to attend to. So, damn, this time is just moving like crazy.
It's moving, bro. It's moving. It's moving, bro.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like we got through Thanksgiving already. Before Thanksgiving, everybody's like going crazy trying to figure out and see what they're gonna do Thanksgiving Day. You know what I mean? If they're gonna spend time with family and stuff. And then out of nowhere, we already have passed Thanksgiving, and we are already on the way to the holidays. And right now, it's just December 1st. Just December 1st. You know what's going to happen?
Fly.
Yeah, it's going to fly. It's going to fly. By next week, you'll never know, man. By next week, we're already out on January 1st of 2023. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. I'm excited. And guess what? Ace? Guess what?
What it do?
Your boy has completed the 30-day beat challenge on the day of November 30th. I have completed the 30-day beat challenge, guys.
How you feel, bro? How you feel about that?
You know what's crazy is I kind of feel like it's like school, yo. You know what I mean? Like when we finish school, then it's like, damn, we freaking, like, after that, it's like, damn, no more of the challenge holding my hand type stuff. You know what I mean? But
right.
It got me in tune to make more beats, man. That's all I want to do is make more beats. That's all I'm trying to do right now. And I'm in tune. You know what I mean? I'm in tune. I'm always in tune. I'm always opening up, Logic, and I'm really getting into the mood of doing things. And to be honest, man, I'm always surgical with things. So it's like I am always trying my best to get at least a beat done a day, or even 2 beats a day. And you guys, if you guys follow me on Instagram at Juan the Engineer, also follow Dre the Engineer, who is Ace. Make sure you guys see, like, you could see that there was days that I was missing some. You know what I mean? But the thing is, there was days that I was missing some, but I was still giving you guys 2 to 3 beats a day. And honestly, man, it's like none of the beats I have made so far has not been like, oh man, now this is too soft. No, it's like every single beat I've made so far has been phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal. And you know me, like I said, I'm very surgical with things. I'm into a lot of sampling. That's just my thing. I wish that back in the day it was more like, how they used to do it back in the day. You go into a record store and you start looking for samples and stuff. But since we're now in this new generation where that's not needed anymore because we got platforms that provide all that for us. It's like every single time I'm on the platform looking for samples, it never fails. I can't browse through the website because the first thing that I find is the first thing I want to sample.
What's your website you be on, bro?
So right now I'm using TrackLib. Guys, if you haven't heard about TrackLib, guys, make sure you guys go and check it out. TrackLib is a wonderful platform. I was introduced by Ace. Ace introduced me to TrackLib, and they carry most of the songs from like the past. You know what I mean? You have records from all over, man, and I just been going in with those damn with every single sample. And on top of that, of course, check into Splice here and there sometimes as well. You know what I mean? I'm like all over the place, but sampling is something that I love doing. And believe it or not, man, I love creating chord progressions and melodies and stuff. But I think you're the man for that, Ace. You know what I mean? When it comes
They on the
to
man for the plan, bro.
yeah, for melodies and chord progressions, bro, you are on top of your game with that. But when it comes to sampling, I am a doctor to that. You know what I mean? So
What you calling yourself nowadays, bro? What is
no,
you
no,
calling
I
yourself
I can't
nowadays?
tell nobody. I can't tell nobody.
Oh,
Honestly, he moves anonymously. You know what I mean? So at this point, I'll let him decide because there's two sides of Juan. You know what I mean? Of course, there's Juan the engineer, and the producer Juan himself. But he calls himself a certain something. So I'm gonna let him, do his thing, move himself a little anonymously and try to get himself out there. You know what I mean? But other than that, he's been killing it. Killing it, man. And yeah, so TrackLib is basically the place that I'm at in platforms for any samples, bro. If you guys haven't checked out TrackLib yet, go ahead and check it out. Wonderful website, has so many records up there for you guys, man. Go and check it out. I'm telling you right now, it'll help you out if you're looking for any samples. I know everybody still wants to do it the old way where they're going out and looking for records. But in a time that we're living in right now, it's kind of really hard to do that, especially with like funding or just in general. There's no record stores that's close to us like in the past. You know what I mean?
right, right.
And of course, if you go
Well,
to a store that has records, sometimes they won't carry like the old school records. They'll have like the new school records, like somebody like, if Jay-Z put out one of his vinyl records for like the Blueprint or something, you know what I mean? Like you'll find things like that. You won't really find anything that's like right there, you know what I mean?
right, right.
But but yeah,
Well,
man.
bro,
Good.
man, I should never said I wasn't sick yet, bro. Last episode, but my vocals is bad. My vocals is bad. That's really why I'm not saying too much.
Yeah. Yeah, ladies
But
and gentlemen, Ace, if you guys tuned into the after special Thanksgiving episode that we did, we were talking about how, I got sick and then Stacks got sick, you know what I mean? And we really was trying to get ourselves put together the right way and everything else. And then Ace spoke and said, "Yup, they didn't come around my way." Well, ladies and gentlemen, Ace is now sick. How long has it
my
been already,
fault.
Ace?
It's been about 4 days now.
Like 4 days. If you guys could tell by his voice, man. Like if you guys hear the other episodes, he doesn't sound like this. When he called me, I'm like, bro, your voice sounds like shit, yo. it was so
But
crazy, bro.
but I was asked a question about a couple of guys I know.
Mm,
Uh, they asked me like, what lane of the industry you consider yourself as, the producer or the engineer? And I had to
mm.
think about that question. I said, I think I'm an engineer, but I produce. Then when I answered the question, I had to go back and think again, like, man, what side do I really want to be on?
Mm.
And now I know I came to ask you, asked you the same question. You said, bro, I think you should be like produce first and then do mixing and engineer when people are already, how that stuff put together.
Yeah.
So
So now that's a very tough question, bro, because I promote myself as Juan the engineer on Instagram, and a lot of people do see that I make beats and everything else. So it's kind of hard for me to push out that I'm an audio engineer and I'm a producer because it's kind of hard to like name. There's not one solid thing that you can use to identify both of those
right, because people not gonna
titles.
look. they're not gonna look at it as the same thing. You see,
Exact.
they know producing, they know engineering. Like
Yeah. And then,
we understand it,
but believe it or not, remember, school even has showed us that there's like 2 or 3 meanings to producer. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it is.
Like you like producer, it's like you don't only need to be a beat producer, you could be a producer in the studio, meaning, you help produce the actual project, where it comes down
Right.
to just being there and aligning the vision correctly. So
Right.
yeah, so it's hard. That's a very tough question, bro, because even that, Ace, just to throw that out there, you know what I mean? Even you saying that right now, the no clipping question of the day comes from Orlando, Florida, bro. Big shout outs to Orlando, Florida, man. You know what I mean? I was over there at Orlando, Florida, bro. Ace was over there in Orlando. It was amazing, bro. But big shout outs to Orlando,
We going
Florida.
back.
Yeah. We're
going
going back. We're going back. We definitely is going back.
In the same hotel.
Same hotel. So the question, it's crazy that you asked that, because the question that came from Orlando, Florida is, how do I brand myself as an audio engineer and producer? That has to be one of the most wildest questions I have ever gotten. Wildest
Because
questions.
when you look at the industry, even though you have producers, like I'm a producer and engineer,
Mhm.
but you see them only doing more of one than the other.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like if you're doing more than producing than an engineer, oh, you're a producer. If you do more engineer than a producer, you're an engineer.
Mhm.
So it's almost like what's your niche? What you gonna do more than the other
Yeah.
at this point?
Yeah, because
So
and that's the thing. So so let's reflect on this, right? So how do I brand myself as an audio engineer and producer? Okay. So everybody knows I engineer music. Everybody knows Ace engineers music, and we also produce beats. And we also produce, in general, we produce, regardless of just beats only, we produce everything. You know what I mean? From everybody's vision that is handed to us, we make sure we produce it in the highest quality ever. Okay? So
right.
how would I separate myself from engineering and producing? So me, on the other hand, I kind of feel like it's like, so let's say, right? Let's say, like, for example, you, Ace, I remember when Ace asked me this question, I said, yo, no doubt, bro. You know what I mean? We're going to figure out and see how we're going to be able to align that for you. You know what I mean? And I think there was one day, Ace, me and you, we spoke about this. And I said, you know what, Ace? I think maybe you should direct yourself more as a producer on your side for now, since you're on the road. Do you get what I mean?
Right.
Because I kind of feel,
moving around.
yeah, it just all depends. Because look, you can be a mix and a mastering engineer. And when I mean
Right.
being a mix and a mastering engineer, when I mean being a mix and mastering engineer, if somebody sends you a project, then if someone just sends you a project and you want to mix and master that project, then yeah, you could do that. You get what I mean? But
Right.
mixing and mastering that project from wherever you are, that's cool. But an audio engineer, I feel like being like in the studio, an actual studio, having your own studio spot, then I feel like you're considered an audio engineer. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's why I told Ace, yo, Ace, you know what? Since you're on the road already and all you're doing is producing, I'd rather you stick on the producing side of things. You know what I mean? More. So there's a balance between being an engineer and a producer. Me, on the other hand, I'm taking clients in. So I balance more of the engineering side than the producer side. You know what I mean? So
Right.
how you brand yourself? Basically, you find out what you do more of. You know what I mean? Find out what you do.
Boil down to.
Yep. Find out what you do more of. And I'm not trying to say delete the other side completely, meaning balance it out. Be a funnel. And this is something that I always put out there every single time. Big shout outs to my best friend Billy Prempe, who always told me every single time, be a funnel. So I always used to say, what do you mean by be a funnel? A marketing funnel. You always want to be a marketing funnel because you want to always make sure that you give people, right, that you give people everything, so that way they don't need to go anywhere else but one place. You get what I mean?
Right.
So be a funnel. So what's the funnel? What is that, Juan? What are you talking about? Be a marketing funnel. So it's simple. I'm an audio engineer, right? Somebody needs vocals recorded. I record their vocals. Then somebody needs mixing and mastering services, right? I'm the person who does mixing and mastering services. They need a cover art done. I do cover arts. They need a beat for one of their projects that they're working on. I create beats. You see what I'm saying? That's a funnel. So no matter what, you're a one-stop shop. So no matter what, that client doesn't need to go anywhere else but to stay with you. So now you're making income from all different spots. You get what I'm saying?
One, I need a beat. Ace do beats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
One do sample beats. Like, there's no way you can miss us.
No, not at all. That's why it's always good to just level yourself out. See what you could do as much. If you don't have a studio and you don't have any places around there that are giving you any type of opportunities, then produce music, produce beats, get yourself a little better at producing, but open yourself up as a mixing and mastering engineer. Everybody nowadays is recording their vocals at home and all they need is mixing and mastering services. Hit them with that. You know what I mean? But whatever you could do at that time, then go ahead and shift your gear toward it. You know what I mean? But here's another thing. Now, since the question came from Orlando, Florida, maybe he's asking how to brand himself, as in saying maybe he loves to engineer more than produce. Now, this is where it gets a little difficult, because if you don't have a studio to engineer, you know what I mean? And then you don't really like producing, then it's kind of a little difficult for you to try to get everything right. But I will say, set something up in your house, set something up in your room. You know what I mean? Do a little audio engineering there with somebody from the town who you know is an artist. You know what I mean? Don't expect to get paid right away. That's another thing, man. Money, everybody gets into the industry thinking that they want to get paid. They want to get paid. Honestly, man, you're not going to get paid right away. This industry's not like that. You have to pay your dues first before you decide to before you see any type of money. You know what I mean? It took me a while. It took me a while to get paid. And honestly, guys, let me just tell you, I've been on this game for 17 years on and off. You know what I mean? I started off as a recording artist. Then I moved into the engineering side here and there, not too much. When I got into school, that's when I fully made myself an engineer. And I fully made myself a producer because of how much work we had to put in order to develop that craft. And believe it or not, I did it. You know what I mean? I did it. So just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? There's always ways to make money in this industry, but don't always think of the money. Don't think, I got to get paid for this, I got to get paid for that. No. Start small. Find yourself somebody. Yep. Find yourself who you can work with, and little by little build with that person. Get that person to put your name out. You know what I mean? Big shout outs to Big Pep. You know what I mean? Me and Pep have been working nonstop. I didn't think of Pep paying me. I thought of Pep like, yo, take these beats, rap off of them. Let's put a project out. Let's get these people to know who Juan the engineer is, and also the producer. You know what I mean? So Juan the engineer engineers the tracks, and the producer does his thing. You get what I mean? Now we got, you know what I mean? Now we got people actually really seeing what's going on. You know what I mean? So the reputation is what you need. You need to build a rep. That's just simple as that. Right. Nobody's gonna come into your studio thinking, yo, I'm gonna come in there and then, I'm gonna pay this guy. No, you know what I mean? It all depends on how you do your work. If the client likes you, then he might book you again. You know what I mean? Use things like that. Use things like, yo, I got a 3-hour slot for free for anybody who wants to record. That's a trial, because as soon as that artist comes here and he records with you and he likes the shit that you do, he's going to want to continue doing it. You produce a beat, you give somebody a beat for free and they like the beats you make, they're going to continue asking you for beats. Down the line, that's when you start building yourself credits. So how do I brand myself? Find out what you can lean toward to first. Think budget wise, think room wise, think opportunity wise. If there's no opportunity out for there for you to be an audio engineer, lean toward producing a little bit. Produce beats. You know what I mean? If you can't produce beats, you know what I mean? And you want to lean toward the audio engineering side. Get yourself somebody in town who raps. Just record them in your house. Get better. That's the main thing. Getting better is the main thing. The main thing.
Yep.
What have I told Ace every single time? Ace, you don't got any clients? Full Sail has provided us a website that gives us raw material that we can mix and master and get better at. Use that platform. I told Stacks the same thing. Use that platform. You don't have any client. You don't have any studio. You want to do some stuff. Honestly, at this point, my engineers are all set up because as soon as I start getting everything situated, we're working on a big project with Pep at this point. So the engineers are ready to do what we have to do when it's time to do it. You get what I mean? So
Gotta keep the tools sharp by practice.
Practice. Especially in producing, man. Producing is fun. You may think it's hard, but it is fun. And ever since I started getting in tune with it, it has been nothing but the best thing for me at this point. I love producing, but then I also love engineering. The reason being why I love engineering is because I love being able to help the artists develop the vision they are looking forward to. You know what I mean? They want to build that vision as good as possible. So, like I told Ace, lean toward the producing side of things for now. You know what I mean? Engineering side, I'm going to send you some work. You do the mixing and mastering. You know what I mean? Develop your skills and sharpen yourself up. That's the best answer we can provide for you if you want to brand yourself as an audio engineer and producer. You know?
That's what it is. That's solid information. It's for free.
Indeed.
You get it right here on No Clipping.
No Clipping Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you very much for everybody who tuned in to all our episodes. Much love to everybody. Hey, just to let you guys know, we are now on Apple Podcasts. We are now on iHeartRadio. We are now on Google Podcasts. And we are also now on Spotify and YouTube. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys go and tune into every single episode on any platform that you are available to. And make sure you like and share this content. Let people know what's up. The No Clipping Podcast is here. We're waiting to get this thing going for you guys, man. With that being said, much love to everybody who's been showing love to the podcast. I love you all. Thank you all for tuning in and always showing love. Much love to everybody who's been giving us the question of the day. We have a lot more, I think we're going to have to do 2 questions a day with so much questions that we have so far. So big shout outs to everybody who's giving us the questions and showing us love. I appreciate y'all, man. As always, we are the No Clipping Podcast. My name is Juan, also known as Juan the Engineer on Instagram.
And I'm your boy Ace. I'm sick, but hey, contact me on Instagram at Dre the Engineer.
I didn't know if you wanted me to do it. That's why I stopped.
Hey, I'm barely talking, bro. My vocals is shot right now, but hey, I'm here, bro. I ain't let it stop me. I'm on this podcast tonight, bro.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. And as always, make sure your sessions and your mixes are never clipping. Much love, y'all. Peace.